Alright guys, how you doing? It's Rabea, I hope you're all well. So I bring to you a new video and a new product from Origin Effects. Now if you've followed my channel for a while or know anything about the pedals I like to use, you'll know that Origin Effects have been a mainstay in any rig that I have had over the years. Specifically the Revival Drive Compact. Once I discovered that pedal, it's just sort of stayed on the board. And then when I started to get more into compression and compressors, I came across the Cali 76 Stacked Edition, which is their sort of dual compressor pedal. And when I discovered that, it stayed on the board, and it's always been on my pedal board. It's sat underneath the deck of my big Strymon mothership situation, and it's never not been on the board. And I love it so much that I even incorporated it into my Neural DSP plugin, as in the compressor in that is modeled on the Cali 76 Stacked. And if you know anything about the Cali 76, you'll know that it's an 1176 compressor, so they've taken that kind of sonic capability of that compressor and crammed it into a guitar pedal for people to use in the world of compressors, because it's just such a good compressor in general, historically used throughout the years on so many records, that it's really cool having it in pedal format for guitarists to use. The Stacked Edition is basically where you can feed one into another one, and it's very fun to use because you've got this little gold knob in the middle which allows you to send however much of the first stage of compression into the second stage of compression, and you can just get some really wonderful tones. And I just find that I end up using it so much of the time when I'm playing guitar. And in this video they've actually brought out a smaller version of the Cali 76 with a couple of minor tweaks and updates to it, because the Cali 76 Stacked Edition is roughly the same size. In fact, it is the same size as the Revival Drive Compact, so it's a fairly chunky pedal. And of course, if you own any Origin pedals, you'll know that they are quite heavy and quite beefy. So it's actually really cool that they've reissued this in a smaller, more compact box. Essentially the same pedal as the Cali 76 Stacked, but they've just adjusted a couple of things. So I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty detail on the tech side of things with regards to what's actually going on that's changed. I'll allow them to do that in the comment section if they're watching this video, which I hope they are, since they asked me to do this video. But in terms of the changes, firstly, a smaller, more compact casing that it's in. Second thing is they've improved the headroom of the pedal. And the third thing is it's got a new power supply which boosts the voltage internally of the pedal. And those are the kind of main changes. Now, of course, in terms of how that affects things sonically, I'll allow them to explain that in a little more detail. But as far as I'm concerned, I just love this pedal and I use it all the time. So I wanted to just make a video where I'm playing through this pedal and going over the tones and just having a bunch of fun. So in terms of the rig, it's the Strifector Gig Rig Mothership, which has just got a bunch of fuzzes, got the Revival Drive there, the Cali 76 Stacked, the new one. I've actually got the old one under the hood, which you can't see currently, but it's there. Running dual Krakens Mark IIs on like a low crunch, and basically I'm just going to mix and match a bunch of different tones and ambiances. And I've got my Strat, my custom shop Strat, because I love that thing. It's loaded with the Triptych single coils from Bare Knuckle, my signature set, and we're just going to mess around. Let me go over really quickly how this pedal works in case you're new to it. Along the top, you've got your dry signal, you've got your out, and you've got your in. So dry signal all the way out means you're just going to hear the compressed signal. Out obviously affects the volume coming on the output stage, and in is the amount of compression hitting signal. So as your guitar goes in, you boost that and it gives you more and more compression. Now, the cool thing is you've got these two compressors essentially in the pedal. So you've got the first side and then the second side, and this through knob, basically when you turn it all the way counterclockwise, it's really kind of only affecting the first compression stage, but as you boost it clockwise, it starts to pass through the first compression stage into the second. Now, the attack release knobs are identical on both sides of the pedal. Basically, you've got all the way to the left is fast attack, slow release, and all the way to the right is slow attack, fast release. And that's basically it. And then you move across with the through knob and you can sort of mix and match. So you can kill your transients and then build the sustain, or you can have a nice sort of percussive transient with fast sustain, but you can counteract that by running into the second stage and regaining some of that sustain, and so on and so forth. Now, when you blend the dry knob in, that's going to, add more of your dry signal in. You can actually get a little bit of drive out of the pedal. I've done videos in the past where I talk about how I use a compressor to sort of beef up my low gain tones, which I'll demonstrate in this video because I'm just mainly going to be staying with the Cali 76 to get the sound that I want out of my amp and guitar rig. But yeah, that's essentially how it works. And then you've got the two LEDs. Each LED basically gives you the first compression stage and the second compression stage, and it allows you to see how it's actually reacting inside the pedal. But that's a very general overview of how the pedal works. As I said, all the details and the more nitty-gritty stuff I'll allow Origin to enlighten you on in the comment section. A friend of mine, John Dines, works for Origin, and a few years ago we travelled to Sweetwater together, and it was a great time. He's such a legend. So hopefully it'll be him answering any queries you guys have got in the comment section. But anyway, this video is just me messing around with a few different compression stages, jamming out, showing you some tones, and basically just gushing over this pedal because I really love it. And as I said, it's been on my board for years now. So without further ado, let's check out the new Cali 76 Stacked Edition from Origin Effects. If you can hear this, YouTube, I always wash my hands before I play guitar. It's a weird OCD of mine. And preferably with warm water. Like, don't even get me started on before a gig. I have to wash them before a gig. Because, you know, I like my hands to be clean when I play the guitar. Okay, I want to give you a very quick tonal demonstration of the kind of compression it's going to be doing based on the settings I've got currently. So this is the sound of the amp and the guitar. There's no compression happening right now, so. And now throw it on. So very subtle. The way I like this compressor to work is to be just subtle. It kind of enhances what I play. It just gives me a little more sustain, and it makes like legatos and things a little bit easier. Those little slides and stuff. Generally a lot easier to play when you've got it set like this. As you can see, the first compression stage, it's got a slow attack, fast release, and then the second compression stage has got a fast attack, slow release. So I get a little bit of transient, but then I get the sustain, and you can see how much I'm feeding into the second compression stage. And there's no dry signal in currently. So the reason that I like it set like that is it just gives me more sustain and it's a little more fluid feeling. But yeah, basically as you turn up the dry signal, you can start to gain it up a bit. So on the bridge, so I really like that. When I dial in the dry signal, it keeps the settings the same for me in terms of the way it feels, but I just get more drive out of the amp. So without the compressor on, it's great. Anyway, let's mess. Okay, so there you go. Cali 76 Stacked Edition, new release, new revamped version. There isn't really much more I can say because I already use this pedal all the time and it's great. It works exactly the same as the other one. It just feels great, and teamed up with the revival drive into a crunch, bit of delay and reverb, I'm there for days. Absolutely love this pedal. And as I say, it's not going anywhere. It's always going to stay on the board because as far as it's my favorite compressor by far. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the tones in this video. I got well into that. Really enjoy the subtle cleans, the dynamics there, the finger touch. And then when you go through to like high gain and stuff and you add fuzz and you can get the guitar to squeal, and just deliberately using single coils just to show that you can get rid of that spike from a single coil characteristically, albeit that my signature single coils combat that as well a little bit, but still have that classic sort of early to mid 60s Strat tones. But just this combination using, you know, these amps or just like a light crunch with that compressor and the revival drive, like, yeah, it's just awesome. They are a pretty penny. Origin Effects make expensive pedals, but I think you get your money's worth because they sound and feel really good. The build quality is outstanding. They're super weighty and well put together, well machined pedals. And I think there's a lot of love and care and attention that goes into the design of their releases. I'll link everything in the description box. Thank you to Origin Effects and to John for asking me to check out this pedal again. Obviously, I already have it, but I'm happy to check out a smaller one that will make my pedal board a little bit lighter. In any case, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, subscribe and share. I've been Rabea and I will see you all very soon.